I think it's extremely important. In fact, it's mandatory at this point to really get children outside. Obviously, with obesity in America and not having enough, activities happening, it's really an important factor. It's an important factor for us as a community, as a country, and from the government perspective that we've got to give back and we have to provide. These kids can do, and have great parks to go to be able to go snowboarding, go skiing. They want to instantly learn the tricks. They want to get on the box and they want to try sliding on the snowboard. As the kind of baby boomers move on, we've got to make sure that we're providing for that next generation. And I think it's important for them to learn the sport, to be outside and get to know the equipment and get to know the brand, and then they become, myself at age 10 snowboarding, and now, here I am many years later and being part of the industry and part of a company. Children should, choose their own line. They should pick their own way of what they do, and those are examples of skiing was the way of life, and then snowboarding came around with a group saying, well, I want to do it differently. And I think that's what you're seeing in kids, from the creativity of where digital electronics have gone to the choices they make. They are setting their own paths and their own lines. And I think that's what's incredible, is at a show like this, at Outdoor Retailer, you never know what's going to come next. And that's driven by your consumer, and your consumer now is the new young children that are growing up and creating new ideas. And we're excited because we hope they push us, because that elevates our sport, elevates your brand, and it elevates the industry as a whole.
The big challenge is going to be, as the baby boomers slide off the landscape and we get this next batch of customers, that's the mobile customer. And we got to be really careful that we engage that customer now. The parents sort of went through what's the term, helicoptering a little bit, maybe a little bit too much protection and oversight, and didn't give them maybe the freedom to get out and explore. And I still think customer loyalty is there, but you got to work at it harder today. Somehow get it outside so that they enjoy it and want to do it. And I think of the GoPro cameras, that's some kind of electronic device, but still look at what that documents. And if you can get them doing that on a stand-up paddleboard, filming each other, having a great time, so be it. Who are we to say how you do it? Historically you'd go out to get away. You'd go to the mountaintop to get away from people for a day or get disconnected. Now that is not the case.
I personally have taken on Youth in the Outdoors as a very important mandate we have here at the company by introducing technical outdoor products. But because we know the youth are into electronics, we've done a great job here of combining electronics, personal electronics, with a pack. This can be a bridge product line, taking kids from where they are comfortable right now, day packs and backpacks at school, and cross them over to a good outdoor brand, Osprey in this case, integrate electronics, rather than reject rock and roll. It needed to be embraced. We need to accept the deep involvement of personal electronics into young people's lives.
Outdoors sometimes has been reserved for those with experience in the outdoors or with money to afford expensive outdoor experiences. And sometimes outdoor has a connotation that is a little bit exclusive. And I think we need to move to a version of the outside which is much more inviting, much more empowering. The ability to get outside really belongs to everyone, We need to make it more exciting, we need to make it more accessible, and we need to make it more aspirational for our youth. We're moving away to a new generation who doesn't think of outdoor in the same way that we did around heavy backpacks and 5-day treks and overnight adventure. They want to find it close to home. They're more urban, they're more active, and they're more social.
This industry has some young people in it, but there I'm talking 20s and 30s, and we really need to get people in the teens and 20s to be active participants outdoors. And so if we can get the 20-30s here to get a little more engaged and a little more charged up about it, then when they go out, they're going to contact the teens and 20s more than I am. For me, it's like planting seeds. It's like, well, let's try 20 new things at the Outsiders Ball, and maybe one of them, can turn into something that the kids will do.
Well, the success of the Outdoor Nation is in some of these events that we're doing regionally, where there's for youth by youth, where they're getting together and talking about why younger kids aren't engaged in the outdoor, and brainstorming about solutions to get them more engaged and opportunities to do that. We've got one guy, Natish, who created a mountain bike league in California for the high schools and got that going. A really impressive person, did that on his own, and these younger kids have a lot of energy. They can get a lot of things done. So for me, the most fun has been to meet this younger generation and talk to them about what they're going to do. And they really are engaged, and they just need the opportunity.